It's shocking that security's not here in Orange County. They get here, roll behind the curtain, and people be extremely here for Hey, look at this guy. Holy
Testing. All right, that's enough of that. So, today's topic: are modern women raised to be men? Let's talk about it. Okay, we are back. We are back. Once again, welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. I got my brother from another mother, Cleveland, with me.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much, chilling. Thanks for coming in, Miss Simpson, Sister Simpson. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. So today's topic: are we raising modern women to be men? And I don't mean this in any form of disrespect. If you're happy with who you are, continue doing what you do. If this doesn't apply to you, continue doing what you do. But if we're going to have a strong community, strong Black community, we must have real women in our community. We can't do it without you. So I don't want nobody to think that this is a bash, or we're trying to belittle any type of, belittle our sisters in the community. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get to the root of the problem. And I believe that in order to get to the root of the problem, we have to talk about things that may not taste so sweet, but we have to be honest with ourselves. And I'm also going to say that we also do shows for guys. For those who, I don't want nobody to think, again, we're trying to bash. But today's subject is, are modern women raised to be men? All right, Brother Cleve, I'm going to let you go first and open this thing up.
Well, I just want to start off by saying we are raising our daughters to survive like men. And when I say that, I'm referring to we raising our daughters to, get out here, you know, um, get a career, get to the money, provide, support, the family, which, back in the days, that was the job of the man or the husband or of men. And I could just speak for, just my family in general. Um, I'm seeing, how the young guys in my family are being more babied and wanting them to be more, you know, more softer and not get out here, and provide and lead and all that. But I see the women, in our family are being taught to, go out here, get a job, don't depend on a man, don't depend on nobody, provide, take care of your family. So the roles have definitely been switched. And you know, you know, women are taking on the roles of men because I, I think women think that men that they supposed to, um, in order to attract a man, they have to bring the same things that they will want in a man to the table, and
That's a good point. That's a good point.
that's not true. So they're taught that you need to be making just as much as a man. You need to be able to provide just like a man. You need to be able to you know so be able to support a family like a man. And but that's not men want. That's not what we want. We don't want that from y'all. Now, of course, the Bible and all these other books teach you that a woman's supposed to be a helpmate, but it's referring in other areas, and that's a different topic for a different day. But it's referring into other areas, not the finance, not the the leadership, because I've had conversations with women, and I'd be like, well, what do you want in a man? And they'll tell me, and then I ask them, well, what do you bring to the table? And they basically identify the exact same thing they say they want in a man. That's what they say they bring to the table. And I'm like, that makes no sense. So where does the man fit in a relationship to be a man? If you're gonna be the one making the money, if you're gonna be the one, who lead the family, if you're gonna be the one who, all these things that you said you want, you already doing it. Where does the man fit in that, in that dynamics of y'all being a couple or being together? So a lot of women are thinking that they have to be a man in order for them to go out here and find a man. And that's totally wrong. That is totally wrong.
I agree with you, brother. Um, we definitely have a problem in our community in today's society. We definitely have a problem, and I want to be clear. We don't have a problem with women working. Has nothing to do with that. We don't have a problem with women making more money. Most of us don't have a problem with that. I'm talking about how the energy is so much more masculine. I never seen more masculine woman in today's society than ever before. And I'm on the outside looking in, Yes, I'm a married guy. I'm a mid-age married guy, but I still have eyes and I still can see. And at the rate at what at the way it's going right now, looking at how hostile, how aggressive I see a lot of these young ladies out here, it's scary. When we talk about it from a this is our future standpoint, it is scary. They are literally, figuratively moving like men. And I'm telling you right now, it's getting bad. It's getting bad, and I feel sorry for those young brothers who are out here thinking about becoming fathers, good men, responsible out here looking. I mean, it's scarce. It's scarce, and it's a. I think we're heading in the wrong direction. I really do, and I think something have to take place. And I think a lot of this, you know, we've been, and we have to be honest. We have to be honest. And I'm, you know, this is to my female. Let's be honest today. Have any woman in your family told you that they're raising you, whether it's your father or your mother, mostly your mother, raising you so where you don't need no man? Or have you gotten bad advice from an elderly person during your upbringing because they're inflicting their pain, affliction, and fears upon you about men? See, that's the other part, Cleve. I think that they're raising daughters to indirectly hate black men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Because like you said, they've been through it, right? And
yeah, but they're inflicting their fears on their daughters, and that's not fair to their daughters.
It's not.
You know, because again, if you look at our mothers, and then we look at our sisters, it's a whole different society out here. You know, our mothers were raised in segregation time. You know, right? Yeah. So our sisters, they didn't deal with those same things that our mother had to deal with. Now, let me say this. I want to be clear too. I will also, and till somebody prove me wrong, I can honestly say that those dads, a lot of those dads in the 70s, not all of them, but a lot of those dads in the 70s, a lot of those guys, they did get physical with their woman. A lot of those guys they was dealing with a lot of mental issues then before mental issues was even talked about, because you're talking about men who went out here to look for jobs. Most of them had construction jobs, and they may work for a month or two, and then all of a sudden they get laid off. And after they get laid off, they come home, they depressed, you know. And I'm not justifying their actions. You know, shouldn't nobody be beating on nobody. Shouldn't no man hit a woman unless it's self-defense. I believe that. But shouldn't nobody be putting their hands on nobody? I'm a firm believer, unless you're caressing a woman. That's how I believe. But I will say, in our generation, I think we're better dads today than our fathers were.
Oh, statistics.
I will give my left arm for that one. I see a lot of young fathers out here are in their kids' lives, and that is a good thing. But I'm saying that but I don't want to skip subject. I don't want to jump subject. I'm saying that I've heard it growing up. I mean, I didn't hear it in my household. My mother didn't say, I'm raising you, you know, where you don't need no man. I never heard my mother say that, but I've heard this growing up. I grew up with one sister, and I have two brothers, but I didn't hear my mother say that. But even like later years, and then this as an adult, as a matter of fact, Clay, there was like, this was about maybe 8 years ago, maybe eight, 9 years ago. And my mom's boyfriend, now, and one day I was at my mom's house, and her boyfriend at the time, she don't have him. I mean, I think he passed away. Yeah, he passed away, but he didn't live with her. But anyway, he was there, and I was there, and I heard how she was talking to him, and it was aggressive. I didn't like it. You know, it made me feel bad. I felt bad for him, and this is my mother, you know, and I'm the type of person, right is right, wrong is wrong. And that's the way my mother raised me. And me being an adult, I spoke my opinion. respectfully to my mom, I was like, look, hey, you can't talk to him. You know, you shouldn't be talking to him like that. I said, Mom, don't talk to him like that. You know, she was talking to him like he was a 3-year-old. So I'm being as honest and transparent as I can, and I hope you guys too who chime in. You know, a woman today, not all, again, I'm not saying all, but we cannot ignore the fact that we seeing more aggressive women than ever before. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, when it comes to verbal, you know, just speaking on that.
And I agree with you. Sorry, Cleve. I agree with you. She said, I hear men telling their daughters the same. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I've heard, I've been on jobs. I've been on several jobs, and I've heard, I'm gonna raise my daughter, man. Well, she don't need no end. I've heard that.
And you know what, Keith, you're absolutely right. And I'm willing to bet you 9 times out of 10 that man was raised by a single mother.
I bet you too.
I'm willing to bet you, because we feel like you got to think about it. Look at it like this. We grew up seeing a woman be the mother and the father, right?
Right.
We grew up seeing the mother being the mother and the father. So in our mind and in our head, we feel like, yeah, a woman doesn't need a man, because we seen our mothers do it. But guess what? Your mother would have gave an arm and a leg to have a man in the house, you know what I'm saying, to help, to take that burden off of her, you know, when, you know, she had to go down to the school because the kids got into it with somebody, or when, you know, the kids want to play sports and she needed help, you know, for them to do all these different things. She would have gave an arm and a leg to have a man in there to help with that. But we don't know that. We thinking, because I seen my mother do it, you know, I know my daughter could do it too. But it's hard. Right. It's hard. Right. Yeah. So men do it too. They do it too. Yeah. We push that on our daughters as well.
Yeah.
No, we not saying all.
We never said all. And so
it's more cases. It's more cases.
But let me say this though. I gotta say this too. So sister Simpson, you were in I'm gonna say a very unique space, because it wasn't during that time, and we're around the same age during that time. It wasn't a lot of that going on. So you had, you know, you were one of the fortunate ones. Honestly speaking, you were.
Yeah, but you got women, who even let's even go to the part where, ladies, I know y'all can agree to this. When Father's Day will come up, you will see ladies will come on social media, post, you know, happy Father's Days to me, and you know, make the comment of you know, they had to do it by themselves. They had to be the mother and the father, and and go on, and pretty much, you know, not saying that these fathers were not in their life, but pretty much telling this child that, you know, you don't need a man, or your father wasn't worth 2 cents. You could do it on your own. I mean, that's a lot that goes on a lot in our community. It goes on a whole lot.
Right. And let's be fair. Okay, so a lot of us on social media, like I also have a TikTok account as well as an Instagram account, and I've seen videos, and of course we all got YouTube, right? I've seen videos where I've seen young women in restaurants, and when they order something and something go wrong, something small as freaking ketchup, you know, they charging for condiments, and they are terrorizing the freaking whole restaurant. You know, I've seen it on several occasions. It's not no one-time event. And that was the reason why I showed earlier at the beginning of this show was the fighting in Disneyland. Now I was just you notice the sisters were doing all the fighting, and she just walked up on the girl. The girl like, "What you hit me for?" She just swung and hit the girl. You can hear the girl say, "What do you hit me for? I wasn't in a part of it." But that story in particular was they were in line, and one of the family members went to the car because they left their phone, or they went to put the phone up one way or another, right? So when they come back, they didn't see that person. So this one person is coming back, and all they saw was one person get in line with the other group that's in front of them, and off the meat rack, all chaos break out because of something that simple. Now my thing is, how did the line move slower because one person got ahead of you? You know what I'm saying? And not to mention there were kids out there as well. That was the purpose of me playing that video, because they didn't give a damn about the kids that was around. They didn't care about going to jail. They didn't care about their freedom. Hell, they didn't even care about their lives. And you can hear the man filming like, "Hey, I don't know what's taking the authorities to come what's taking them so long? They normally come fast." You can hear him say that. And so I'm just looking at it from a broader perspective. I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about when you are out here in public. I've seen women jump up on men in men's face, strangers, total strangers. Like, "What you gonna do? Rah, 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 roo, roo, roo." On several occasions. This has been going on, and it's getting more and more. I'm seeing more and more of this, whether it's on the news media or social media. It's out there. It's out there. I mean, I've seen one of them was in a Chinese restaurant. She went berserk. And one of them was in another place in New York. They just went off, climbing over the table, fighting the damn cash register lady. It's crazy. Jumping, going through the drive-through window, climbing through the drive-through window. They're getting very aggressive out here. I'm talking about our young ladies. I've never seen nothing like this before. This is crazy.
And men are known to be aggressive. That's just in our nature. That's in our nature. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell. This is how I just had a little daughter, so I'm gonna raise her where, she will be independent, but understand if she want to be in a relationship, she need to be codependent. That's how I'm gonna raise her. But I'm gonna raise her. Hey, if you're a woman, you need a man, and if you're a man, you need a woman.
Especially if you're gonna have kids, you're going to need a man. You're gonna need a man, because it took a man for you to bring that child into the world.
And let's be fair. Men are not celebrated. Not the way. And I'm talking about good men. I ain't talking about the ones who broke your heart and treated you bad and stomped on you, treated you, he ran you crazy in high school. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about out here as adults. And you got a lot of these, people are hurt from years ago, and they still holding on to old hurt about a relationship.
Yeah.
Brother Chico, what's good?
And I think we, as far as when women, being upset with, previous relationship, and it's sad because you got women that are doing the total opposite for their sons. Like they treating their sons the total opposite. They telling their daughters, look, don't go out here and depend on no man. Do your own thing. Be your own this. Be your own that. So you got a young man who actually, and this is a little bit off topic, but I'm gonna go there with it. Go ahead. You got a young man who's seeing his mother being head of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he go out here to date and he get with another woman, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna look for that same type of person in his mother. So guess what? That mother is gonna be the one who's cooking, cleaning, cutting the grass, taking the car, rotating the tire, oil change, all this. So when y'all be looking at these men and be like, how the hell y'all getting with these men? Or I met a dude and he don't want to do nothing. He just want me to be the provider and do this and do that. Because guess what? He seen his mother do it, and his mother taught him this is what women do. This is what we do. We take care of the house. We do this, we do that. So now he goes out here to date. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for that in women.
And that's why a lot of sisters having these problems with a lot of these guys too, Cleve, because their mother raised them to depend upon her.
Yes.
So now he's looking for the woman to be just like his mom to take care of his ass. That's exactly what that's, and they wonder why. Well, why is it? What a good man? No, his mother did him a disservice.
Yeah, but because guess what? He didn't have to pay no bills.
She should have been making him take that trash out. She should also be making a note say, "Hey, yes, I'm taking my car. Yes, I'm washing my car. But if I had a man's supposed to wash the car. But even when he got a certain age, she should have held him to certain responsibilities."
Yeah, because that's what's going on now with these young men. Right,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now with these young men. Like, and women are like, why are these men like this? Because this is how they. Listen, lady, if y'all out here dating, you need to interview these men. You need to find out how was they raised.
Let me tell you something, right? I remember one day, and I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna give you two stories. One that was personally right up under my nose, and my son. So I'm gonna start off with him. So one day, this was when me and my wife, she was with me. She was in the country with me. We was in America. She was living with me then, before we moved back to Dominican Republic. But anyway, so he gave me a call, Dad. I need my tire change. I'm like, where you at, son? Man, he's on 285. Cleve, 285. You know they drive crazy on 285, right?
Like
we're talking about right there with a Martin Luther King, right there. Now, luckily he's on the soft shoulder, but still, that doesn't mean you're in the safe zone when it comes to 285. That doesn't mean you're in the safe zone.
Because they use that shoulder as a lane.
They use that soft shoulder. Yeah, that could be a lane, depending on what time of day it is or what driver it is. So anyway, I pulls up. I got my wife with me. I get out the car, and man, this man tires are like ball, right? What's going on, Kwame? Welcome, brother. And so his tires are like ball. You can see the threads coming out that sucker, Clay, right? So now I'm looking at him like he crazy. I'm like, man, what are you doing, right? I'm mad, but I got to get this car off the road. So I changed don't worry about it. I'm like Superman. I'm changing the tire very fast. Boom, no problem. I got it on. His spare was bad. You could tell he been using his spare for quite some time also. I put that tire on, and I chewed him out, and I said, look, I don't ever want to see you with threads coming out of your tire. I say, son, you could buy used tires for $20, $25, and you could get 4 of them for $20 to $5 each. At least you can have that until you get your money right. So there's no excuse not to have a better tire. You understand what I'm saying? And I explained to him, because I used to show him how to change oil. And I don't think I had and when I thought back, I don't even think I had any tire problems. And I'm like, okay, did I show him how to change tire? I couldn't recall. So I couldn't get at him about that. That's why I just jumped in, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to show him all the time how to change oil. But anyway, that is the first story. The second story was I was working at the fire station, and man, this girl, she came into the fire station. She was pretty, right? Gorgeous woman. I'm like a damsel in distress type of thing. I need my I got a flat tire, So, normally if it's a guy, firefighters, we'll take our time, get up, hey, you go ahead, man, you go ahead, like that. Man, look at here. The whole station came, got up. Hey, she was a baddie, right? So everybody just, racing to be heroic or whatever. It's this Mercedes-Benz sitting up there in the parking lot on 3. The third, the one tire just flat to the ground. By the time we get up there, her boyfriend, he get out the car.
Oh, she had a dude with her.
Her boyfriend get out the car. He sent her down there for us so we could go to assist him for his car. That's his car.
That's a man. That's a man.
So, this guy don't know how to change a tire. He's a doctor. I don't care what your title is. Certain things I think you need to learn how to do as a man. And if you don't, guess what? You can always learn. So you can learn how to change a tire. You can learn how to change oil. Or you can learn how to use those freaking jumper cables. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Those little basic little things like that. And there's nobody asking this man to be a mechanic. But damn, you can't change your tire. And not only that, you wasn't man enough to come ask for assistance, which you still would have got, but you sent your girl, and he was a doctor at Grady Hospital. Talking about, hey man, if y'all need anything, I'm at Grady. I'm like, Negro, I don't want to see you at Grady. If I see you at Grady, that means something wrong with me. I don't want to see you at the hospital. If I need you for anything, just let me know. I'm at Grady. No, sir. No, thank you. But it's crazy, man.
But that's the thing. And like I was saying, he pimped this girl.
Yeah, he did.
But the thing is, I'm a lot of these situations happen when we see these men like this because they were raised
by one.
They was raised to, to not, to they seen a woman. They seen a strong, independent, I don't need a man woman. And so they out here meeting women thinking that this is what women do. My mama was like this. My mama, was like this. So they think that's how it goes. And it's sad, man. I mean, even out in public, when we talk about masculine energy, I have seen on several occasions where like I was at the grocery store one day, and the guy gets out the car, and the girl she yelling at him about just about something about her card or whatever. Don't only use this much. So he goes in the store, he comes back out, and he bought more. I guess he spent more, and she was like, she was on him. Right. She was snapping. So right. I'm waiting on my daughter to come out the store, and finally she comes out getting the car. The lady looking at me like, what? Like, what you gonna do? You gonna get out? You got something to say too? You want some of this too? You want some of this smoke too? And I'm sitting there thinking like,
oh man,
like, wow, this is crazy, man. Like, this is crazy.
I'm telling you now. And watch what I tell you, Cleve. Watch what I tell you. Here's my prediction. Because Georgia just made this new law where now they don't have to have a permit. They could just, long as they're not a felon, they can just buy a gun out of the store and just walk around. And they don't, that's just like, my sister, and I told you about that. I'm gonna get what do you need a gun for? If you're not in those situations, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a woman can't have a gun. That's not what I'm saying. But in her case, I don't think she need a gun because I think that comes with a lot of responsibility. And I was explaining to her that if one of your kids get your gun and use it, you're still responsible. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things we just react because we seeing a lot of stuff going on in today's society, a lot of violence and all this stuff and shooting and stuff, and everybody think the solution is to get a gun. And this story is not about the gun, but my thing is we just got to be responsible. So anyway, I got another video that I want to show, so you guys just hold tight. Yeah, hold tight. So this is not just us who noticing this, right? So this may be somebody you admire. So anyway, here we go.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological order of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning. The conversation has become, let's prove to the men how dispensable they are. And it is born out of pain because we hurt you and betrayed you and lied to you and cheated to you. And you became like you became out of pain. Oh, Lord. I told you they wasn't going to like this, Jesus.
All right. So hold on, let me get back. Did you get a chance to see it, Clee?
Yeah, didn't I send you that?
Yeah, you sent it. You did send it to me the other day. Let me I'm trying to get this out the video. But I had to re-pull it back up. That was I had to re-pull it back up. But anyway, so and the reason why, because I don't want y'all to think that we're just making this stuff up. This stuff it's obvious he is coming across his nose now.
Yeah, it is.
And he's a religious, guy. He's a religious leader, Mr. TD Jakes, And my thing is, when you got a point, you got a point, Brother Kwame, I'm just trying to help out, brother. I'm just trying to be of help, man, because again, I do have, I have a sister. I have two sisters. My father have a child outside of my mother. So yeah. And so, yeah. And so that's the thing, man. The truth is the truth. And if we're trying to correct or get, build a community, a stronger community, we have to admit our faults. We have to hold ourselves accountable, both male and female.
But did you hear? I love the feminine part, how he brought that in.
Yeah.
How he, because women, that's and women hate to hear this. Not a lot of women hate to hear this, but that's your superpower. Your feminine energy is your superpower. Like right. Even throughout the Bible, man, women have been able to get what they want through their feminine energy. From right. Delilah to Ruth to just it's so many things in the Bible where women were able to use their feminine energy to get what they want. And ladies, that's how that's your superpower to men. Like you can actually get things done better with feminine energy. You cannot listen if you come at a dude and be like, hey, hey babe, the grass, needs to be cut. Is it possible, you could cut it today? You come there and with that feminine energy and kiss him on the cheek, you could get it done. But guess what? If you come in there saying, hey, why the hell you ain't cut the grass and that, 9 times out of 10, his masculine energy gonna kick on. Your masculine energy is kicking on. Guess what? Nothing's gonna get done because you got two men going at each other. And that's just the way it goes. Y'all don't understand. Y'all feminine energy is super power. Y'all could get anything y'all want with feminine energy. I mean, you could go to just go into history and just think about the women who just was so feminine that they was able to take, start wars, able to them to get what they want as far as what's your girl who Monroe, what's her name?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she was able to get anything she wanted from any man.
From being feminine.
Men loved her. I'm talking about presidents.
Adored her, right.
Presidents.
Yeah.
Presidents will be on national television flirting with this woman because of her energy.
I'm telling you, and just to add on to what you're saying, women, you have to understand that you're like a precious flower, right? And your femininity, when you're feminine, you're like a precious flower. And by you being feminine, it draws in that bee to pollinate that beautiful flower. And that bee will be the man. And that's what you have to understand. Your femininity is a true man magnet. Like Brother Cleveland said, that is your superpower. But when you come off as the aggressive and you're too masculine, and I get it, you've been through stuff, but you're not the only one, you don't see us men go through stuff. Well, that's why I'm acting like a woman. No, you still got to stay in your position. You still got to stay in your position. Don't use that as an excuse to be what you're designed to be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because you could definitely get things done better. I mean, you could definitely get things you want done just by with that feminine energy, man.
Right.
I mean, and it's sad because I have heard men say they don't like a sensitive woman, and I'll be looking at them like, huh? Like, huh? You don't like a sensitive woman? Like you want your woman to punch you in the face and when she wants something done or jack you up or argue with you or ready to jump on you for when she has a disagreement or whatever? I'm like,
right.
No, come on, man. Yes, sister. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's your superpower.
I mean, you can get more bees with honey than you do manure.
I'm telling you, you could get anything you want. You could get, and lady, we not talking about acting dumb and being silly. No, I mean, and acting like you just ignorant. No, we're
not saying lay down with anybody. That's not what we're saying.
No, we're talking about your voice, your tone,
your smile,
energy, your smile. All of that comes into play. I promise you, man, you can get anything you want. You could get anything you want done with feminine energy when it comes to a man.
Facts.
You could get anything you want done. And you can ask my wife. It's things she asked me or tell me to do or whatever, and depending on how it was said or whatever, I might jump right on it.
Okay, here we go. Sister Self.
Keep about asking for a friend.
All right. Okay, well, hopefully your friend is watching and hopefully she subscribed. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like button. It costs you nothing.
And share it.
Cost you nothing. It's the freest thing in the world. Just hit the like button. So go ahead, Cleve. I'm gonna go ahead. You want to break it down?
All right, so that of course, if it's modern, it's women of today's, right? I give you an example. If you look at our let's say
okay,
our
I'll tell you what, you do modern, I do tradition.
Good. Oh, okay. So modern women are women who are they feel like they don't have to submit to a man. They feel like, listen, I can do, because of how the world is, I don't need a man. I could do what I need to do for myself. You know, and they feel like society has really, you know, owed them something. Society owes them something. And they don't. They don't. Matter of fact,
entitlement.
Yeah, they're entitled. They're entitled. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like women go through some things. They do. But if you compare the women today compared to our mothers and our grandparents, y'all got it made. Y'all got it made. But a modern woman is they strong for the wrong reasons. They strong.
They're challenging men thoughts.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you a good example.
They're competing with the men that they so-called love.
Listen, modern women think they are equal to men.
Facts.
They think they're equal to men, and they think that society should look at them the same as they look at men, and they want to be equal to men when it comes to everything, unless. Right. So I heard this. Let me make sure I get it right. I heard a man. This is a modern woman. This is her up in one big sums it up in one big statement. A modern woman is a woman who she wants the authority of a man, right? She wants the authority of a man. She wants the privilege of a woman, but she wants the accountability of a child.
Ooh-wee.
That sums it up.
I like that, Clay. I like that one.
She wants the authority of a man. She wants the privilege of a woman, and she wants the accountability of a child. That is a modern woman. That sums it all the way up. That sums it up.
That was deep, bro.
That sums it up.
That was deep. So let me go with tradition. Because I think a lot of you, when you think of tradition, you're thinking about your grandmother, which those are traditional times. But however, tradition still exists. You may not see enough of it in the US. And I'm quite sure there is some in the US. I'm not going to say it's zero. But so for me, my wife is a traditional wife. That doesn't mean in today's society she's supposed to stay at home and she's uneducated, supposed to stay pregnant and barefoot. That's not what that means. My wife is a doctor. She's second in charge of a hospital. She's assistant director of a hospital. But when she comes home, she knows and understands her wife's duty. She doesn't feel like she's too big for the job. She don't feel like, oh, well, no, I'm second in charge of my job. You know, I'm not cooking. You know, you never hear that. Now, if she's tired, yeah, of course, baby, let's go get something to eat. No problem. You don't feel like it today? No problem. But she also, excuse me, she also take a passion for feeding her family. And I think I see a lot of that. I see a lot of less of that in our community. She take compassion. She loved to feed her family. She loved to cook. She loved to hear the results of her cooking. She loved that. That's tradition. She understands that, okay, when I come home, I am the wife. I am not running the house. My husband is the head of the house. She understands that. Other day, and I'm not bragging when I say this, you know, the other day I was on the phone with Cleve. I said, hey, Cleve, I got to go. My wife about to do my feet. So my wife do my, you know, when she do her feet, then she do my feet. You know, give me a nice little pedicure. I don't go out here to the you know, to the nail shop and stuff and get that stuff done. You know, now when I'm in the States by myself, yeah, I will go from time to time because I don't want to have no rough heels looking like a dinosaur walking around here. But she embraced giving her man a service. She embraced giving her husband pleasure other than just sex. It's other ways of pleasing a man. Now, again, this goes back to her feminine energy. With that type of energy, there ain't nothing that she can't get from me because she go all out for me, so I feel obligated to do it. That's the part that a lot of you females understand. If you go all out, if you got a real man, he gonna feel like, oh shit, I gotta go the extra mile because he know that you did it for him. See, that's the secret to it. But you be like, shit, I ain't touching, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've been in a relationship with motherfucker wouldn't even touch my feet. Less long me rubbing my feet up against them laying in the bed. So, you know, she embracing your take off because I get it. You know, you guys are the, you know, educated in America. You know, you know, you got your degrees and stuff. But if you have a male companion in the house, a husband, and y'all living together, coexisting together, then you have to take off that authoritative hat, whatever position that is, take it off at the door when you come in, and now it's time to be the woman. That man do not want to come home and feel like he got to battle you. He already got to, you know, kiss a lot of ass at the job. He already at a place where he probably don't want to be on the job. Most people don't like their jobs anyway. And then now here it is, you come giving him flack. He don't want that. No. He don't want that. You know, and again, I'm not saying it's all about, you know, again, that is, it's a give and a take thing. Again, this is your power where now there anything you need. If you got a man, a real man, a responsible man, he will not hesitate with going an extra mile for you because he understands what he has. Now I can't speak for them jokers who you made a bad choice and he trying to use and manipulate. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm saying a responsible man, he knows, hey, I gotta go the extra mile, man. She been there for me because he don't forget. He don't forget.
And traditional women, they look at the important things is family, community,
Yep.
you know, and spirit, what, you know, whatever their spiritual beliefs are, they go with that because people around them see this. You know, people flock to them. People love being around them. People love, you know, getting advice from them.
Right.
She said it's crazy how women have to
Have a Have a shoulder.
show the responsibility of fixing things that they didn't break themselves. Well, the thing is, Key, if you're talking about, it just depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of a vague.
Yeah, because let's
Like he said, the man initially broke the order. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we understand that. She referring back to what TD Jake said. So that's fine, right? So even if they're out of order, even if you recognize before he do, then that means you're gonna make a better choice when it comes to a man, right? You know,
and I think what this is why you got to interview men when you get with them, ladies. You have to interview them because a lot of these things that you see and you hearing about that's going on, guess what? You can kind of figure out that this is what's gonna end up happening. This is what's gonna end up happening because you get with men for looks, you get with men for money, you get with you get with men for, you know, the type of job he got, but not realize, okay, how was this man raised? How was he raised in his household? You know, was he with a single parent? You know, was his mother head of the house? Was his father not around? Was his father abusive to his mother? Like all of these things. Y'all listen, y'all gotta interview these dudes, man. Look, I would advise for you to hang around ladies, if it's a man that you like, and I know this is, you know, this is like, damn, like really, this is what I gotta do. But if it's a man that you like, be around him for about 5 to 6 months and see how he moves. See how he moves. If y'all become friends, he's gonna tell you pretty much or show you the type of person he is. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna do that. And if he really likes you, you know, he's really gonna confide in you in some, you know, in some, you know, some deep information. Just see, you can find out the type of man he is. You really can. Ask questions. These uncomfortable questions that y'all scared to ask. Like, you know, I'm not gonna get deep into his business, but guess what? When y'all get into that point to where y'all having sex, you don't get no serious than that. So you can ask him questions like, hey man, listen, have you ever was, you know, abused as a child? Was you ever, you know, was your mother abused? Was your siblings abused? Like, you got to ask all these questions. You got to ask these hard questions to these men and to find out what, you know, where they going, or, you know, why they are, you know, move the way they move. You got to ask these uncomfortable. Hey, if he come to you with a whole bunch of issues, don't try to fix him, because you're not.
Yeah. Don't play repair. Don't replay repair.
Because he's gonna expect you to be the therapist. If he says he been shot, he didn't been in jail, he didn't been this, he didn't been that. The first thing, the next question you should ask him is, okay, what's the name of your therapist? What's the name of your therapist? Because if he don't have a therapist, he gonna expect you to be his therapist. Are you ready for that? No.
Right.
Ladies, y'all got these superpowers. Y'all can find out these things from men. But y'all overlook these things because of how cute he was, the kind of car he got, the kind of job he got, the kind of car he drives. Like, y'all overlook these things.
Right. But again, we definitely not into fixing. You can't repair. You can't repair people that's already, you know, they have to want to do the repairing on their own. That's not for you to repair. It's for them to repair. It's for us to repair ourselves. Because I get it, you know, we all been through something. There's nobody walking through here unscathed. I get it.
Simpson, I hope we answer your question too.
Yeah, I hope we answered your question, brother. I mean, sister Simpson. I hope we answered your question about the tradition versus the modern. Yeah, and I mean, Key, I every time you come on the show, I mean, I can feel your feminine energy. I mean, honestly speaking, I can see it. So it's there. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And that's the part, it's one of those unseen things, but you can feel it. That energy. Let me tell you something. Energy don't lie. Energy don't lie.
Let me give you an example. You know, I hung out last night. Me and my wife, we went out last night, and I can, you know, my wife is, you know, she's the type of person, she sits back, you know, she observes the room, and if it's not people that she don't know, she'll listen for a topic that she could jump in at, you know what I'm saying, and she'll jump in. You know, like if a woman is saying something, she'll jump in if she hear a conversation, you know, just to kind of, you know, try to fill the room. But then I've seen other women that was at the where we was at, they just sitting over there just being nonchalant, just, you know, just not saying anything, just, you know what I'm saying, just being antisocial. And I'm like, that is not feminine at all. Like, I'm looking at, like, how can you be in a room full of women and you don't want to even say anything to women? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, why are you here?
Yes. And my wife only knew two women in there. Maybe everybody.
But
she can work the room. And she, I mean, and that's one of the things I love about my wife. Like, she could go in the room and just work the room. She don't have to know. She just don't. She just don't have to know no one. Right. You know, but I'm looking at these other women, and one of the women in there, oh my goodness, it was amazing how she was acting. Just, I'm like, oh my goodness. and was there with a man, And I could tell. I said, yeah. I said, I know he catch hell.
Right.
I know he
Right.
catch hell.
Right.
This
Okay,
my
so,
food. Taste that and don't like this and don't do this and move out
okay.
the way and
Right. Okay, Sister Yolanda. Okay, so she said her friends. Yeah, she said based on the definition, she is her friend who she's referring to as a traditional woman, and she cannot find a traditional man today. My friend is single and she's 30 years old. Okay, so check this out, Sister Yolanda. I have to ask the questions. Is this 30-year-old childless? Does she have any children? Sister Lonnie, where you at? Welcome in, Johnny. Welcome in. I'm gonna chime in. Yeah, that's Chuck. Sister Yolanda, what do she have any children? That's the question I'm asking.
Well, let me say this. Not knowing anything about the woman. Listen, it's
But she says she can't find a traditional man. But I have to ask these questions to narrow it down, and I tell her what to look and how to look, and then maybe she might.
Yeah, because
can't guarantee nothing, but I can point in the right direction. Okay, she has one child. Okay, good. So she has one child. So, if she has one child, now that depends on now how old is this child? Because if the child is 1, 2, 3 years old, that means she just had a relationship not too long ago. If this child is 10, 12, you know, now we got to ask now, what kind of discipline do you have? Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna make it real simple for her.
All right.
The type of man she wants, right? Because I know she got a list of things she wants in a man.
Right.
What does he want? And if you know what he want, you be that woman.
But I will say this though, because she does have a child, she need to make sure that that child has discipline and is able to take instructions from somebody other than herself.
Well, she is the person who instructs that child on doing that. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. She's gonna have to get him or her and have a conversation or conversations and say, look, I met this man. She got to be, work your way. She got to just like, okay, he's 3 years old. Okay. So, whew.
Listen, let's give a situation. Let's say she wants a man, who is, who makes a certain amount of money. She wants a man who don't have kids. Like all of the things that she want in this man. I mean, all the things that she want, the type of man that she wants, she got to find out, what does he want? Like, what do you want in a woman? What do you want in a wife? And she got to also, if she's dating for a purpose, she has to tell this man, I'm dating for a purpose.
But like, Cleve, what I'm saying though, Cleve, she have to put herself in a attractive position.
That's what I'm saying. So what does that man want?
Because a child can be a negative.
Yeah, it's a track point, but that's my question. Like, what do you want? And once she find out what she want in a man, what does that man want?
But if that child has discipline, the father, y'all got all y'all stuff together. Ain't nobody throwing salt and mud at each other with you and this baby father. Y'all got everybody copacetic, right? Everybody good. Okay, everybody understand that you over there, we over here. And he got to understand all of that. You possibly may meet somebody and he got to be able to get, because we ain't trying to put nobody in no position to go.
Miss Simpson.
Baby daddy drama.
Miss Simpson, we want to help your friend out. Invite her on the show. Yeah. Invite her on the show.
And tell her there's nothing to be ashamed of, because again, we're not, this show is a male show, but when we talk about the blacks, we trying to help. We ain't trying to hurt, we ain't trying to bash. We're not trying to do any of that.
Yeah, invite her on the show, because it's like we heard it from a third person. Invite her on the show, because the thing is, you can want to be in a relationship, you could want to be married, you could want all these things, but it's also another person on the side of that that situation. So you got to know what did this man want as well. You got to know what you want. And you got to know what this man will want.
Right. But she definitely got to, again, she got to make her package attractive.
Yes.
She ain't coming by herself. She coming with another a child. So a 3-year-old. So the child is, you know, she ain't got to have all out speech, but at the same time,
she's not looking for a man. She's looking for, if she want to be married, she's looking for a stepdad, right? She's not looking for a husband. She's looking for a stepdad.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would definitely love to have her on the show. And again, let her know we're not here to bash her. We're here to help say, okay, well, check these boxes, and then let's try to go in this direction and let's see what happens. But I will also say this and then we can move forward with that. If she looking for another 30-year-old, it ain't gonna happen. She gonna have to get somebody a little older.
If it depends on the type of life she wants as well. Because if she's fine with getting with a man who makes, you know, $30,000-$40,000 and is able to, you know, y'all come together and y'all make a nice family, then cool.
Yeah, tell her to come on. We can get her on. Just let us know.
Yeah.
You know, we got number time. So yeah, man. So another thing I want to say. Well, I mean, in order for us, we got to stop. We boost each other on these false titles. You know, Hot Girl Summer, Bad B, Queen. I don't like those terms. Queen. I don't like all this stuff. Everybody wasn't a freaking king. Everybody wasn't a queen. I do believe we all are royalty, but let's understand everybody didn't come from a royal family. Even if you trace it back to Africa, it just didn't happen that way. I'm just saying.
Also, Daniel, what you know, going back to the title, it's amazing how women will argue and get upset with how when we was talking about the whole situation with the men can have multiple women or whatever, and he's considered to be a macho man, right? He's considered to be a man, and women will argue you down that they say it's wrong. They say for a man to do that, he's dead wrong, right? But they will argue you down that they should be able to do some shit that they think is wrong. To me, that blows my mind. You talk about how being a man, how these men do this, and they do man acts, and you argue down that's another one of these modern day things that women want to be able to look. They want to be able to sling how men sling penis. They want to be able to sling vagina,
slang that pee.
Yeah, they want to be able to sling vagina. How men sling, and y'all hate it. Y'all hate it. Y'all think it's the most terrible thing in the world. But you like when we had our guest on, and she said, men being a hoe. But then you want to argue about a woman should have the same opportunity to be a hoe. No, it's wrong on both ends. Why are you arguing the fact that you want to do wrong because of men do it and get away with it? That to me, that makes no sense.
But the thing she failed, but the thing of it, I agree with you 1,000%, Brother Clee. But the thing she failed the most was that women and men are not the same. You could make all kind of movies and you could do all this stuff, but we're not the same.
They're not.
We're not. So, and my thing is, why are you mad at a man being him? Why? If you should just
don't listen.
But Cleve, she should just embrace being a woman. Why is she trying to compare herself? See, that's when you start losing focus on who you are as a woman. So you losing you throwing off sparks, you misfiring. Your engine is misfiring because your spark plugs ain't put in right because you too busy worrying about what a man doing instead of just continue being the woman that you're designed to be. That's it. So if that man don't fit, it ain't working, then okay, move forward. But continue. Don't let that lose. Don't lose yourself because a man did something. Don't lose yourself in the midst of that. That's what she missed in the boat at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lose myself because I had a bad relationship and chick did me wrong. I'm not gonna lose the core of myself. You know what I'm saying? And you have some guys that does that as well. They bitter and they just really hurt bitter people. Do not lose the core of who you are no matter what. If you're a good person, stay a good person. Don't let some experience, a bad experience, turn you to a bad person. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Johnny, we you I don't know when you came in, but me and Daniel we spoke on that. That was one of the first things we spoke on. Well, Daniel he spoke on it as well.
Yeah. So brother Cleve, as this was a great conversation.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
So we passed the 1 hour mark, and my wife, she waiting on me.
Yeah, I got it.
Eating, but it's time to eat.
Yeah, I got you.
So in closing, brother,
I want to say thank you for everybody that chimed in, everybody that commented. We appreciate y'all. Keep subscribing, sharing, supporting. I want to give one thing. I want to give a shout out to my own boy Fuquan. He just started his own podcast. It's True Fu.
Congratulations, Fu.
Podcast. Go out and support.
I will check you out.
It's True TRUTHFU Talk. Support my brother. Go out, check him out. He just started his own podcast. So I think it's on IG, but go to YouTube and you can also find it on there.
Do you know what they're based on, or because some people have subject matters and they just ride it out? I know we're like a variety.
This is like the second show that they doing, so I know that is pretty much on just the family dynamic, building the family back up and everything.
I agree with you, sister. You can't keep causing pain. That's right. That's that's my point. If somebody come into your life, male or female, if they're bringing that type of energy where it's stopping you from being who you are, the best version of yourself, then you should move on.
Mm-hmm.
This is simple.
Yeah,
it's hard, and I get it. Sometimes it's hard to leave, but it's necessary to leave if you want happiness and if you don't want to lose yourself.
Yeah. Because
I told my daughter years ago, I'd rather have 1 year of happiness than 10 years of misery. So it ain't how long you with somebody. It's the experience you're having with them on a daily basis.
And listen, Keith, don't let no one tell you that you're supposed to, because you're a woman, a black woman, you're supposed to be strong and hang in there. Nah, listen, it gets to a point where my grandmother used to always say this: when a person gets tired of running, they'll stop. And I didn't realize what she was saying until I got older. Like you when you get tired, you know when you're tired. Because everybody got a limit. Everybody got a limit. Hopefully they don't snap and want to kill everybody, but everybody got a limit. And you just got to know your limit.
Right. So I just want to say I enjoyed the conversation. Again, for those who coming in late, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share this video with somebody. Again, we're all about family first. We try to do the family first thing. I know it's an impossible thing to see everybody happy, but I really genuinely I would love to see everybody happy. I feel like we deserve it. I feel like we only live once. And so in this human bodily experience, we need to have some happiness in our lives. But I will say this: happiness starts from within. On that note, we're out.
Peace.